Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about Series 8, Episodes 1 and 2 of Doctor Who, which is Deep Breath and Into the Dalek. I thought I'd do these together because they kind of, even though they're separate episodes, they kind of serve as like Capaldi's first two major adventures, and I think they establish his character, as we know him, and at least in Series 8. So, Deep Breath opens with Doctor landing in Victorian London with, the TARDIS inside of this large dinosaurs full of dinosaurs in Victorian London, and he's no longer young and hot Doctor. Now he's the old and hot Doctor, so it changes everything. As with a lot of other post-regeneration episodes, we have the Doctor, not quite himself yet. He's a little cuckoo. This happened with David Tennant, Matt Smith, Tom Baker, John Poultry, Troughton. It happened with almost every single Doctor. Where like immediately after regenerating, they're kind of in this like fugue state almost. It's kind of crazy, but fortunately he has Clara and Jenny Vastron Strax to help, who have not been seen since this episode. I don't know what happened to them. I guess they just vanished off the face of the earth. Um, I know they have a big Fitness box set, but I don't want to pay for all that. So hopefully they're doing okay. I think Peter Capaldi does an outstanding performance in his first episode. He has so much energy and manicness to this part. You know, similar to Matt Smith, but in a kind of a different direction. I'd say it felt like he feels a lot more like a classic Doctor. I would say very mysterious and darker, and I like the scene where he's talking to the homeless guy, like, where have I seen this face before? Kind of reminding the audience, like, about the Pompeii episode with Peter Capaldi, and how, Moffat hasn't forgot about that. He's going to bring it up later, but he just wants to stick that in the back of our minds. I think Clara is great. Jenna Coleman's performance is great too because Rose kind of got on with the new Doctor pretty quickly. With Clara, it takes quite a few episodes, and she doesn't know if this is the same Doctor she knows. If she could trust this Doctor or not. And I think that's an interesting arc for companion. We haven't really seen that before since Perry, and I think with Perry they took it to a bit of extreme amount with that. But with Clara, it's a lot more dialed back, I would say, which is for the best. So I like that phone call she does with the 11th Doctor at the end of the episode. Very emotional scene when he says to, you know, he knows he's scared, but the new Doctor is just as scared as her, and she has to help him, and they could help each other. That's great. I love that scene. Jenna Coleman's acting is great, and so is Capaldi's. He says like, "You see me, but you don't see me. You look at me, but you don't see me." That's such a good line. And kind of gets brought up again later too, in a later episode. Also, like, I love that creepy. Moffat is so good at the emotional scenes, like I said, but he's also really good at the creepy scenes when they're in the restaurant and they realize everybody in the restaurant's an evil robot. That is creepy. Like, they're all not eating, they're just pretending to eat like it's the Big Bang Theory or something. I love that. The opening credits, they changed the opening credits. I like the titles, but I don't like the sound. It's too high pitched. But it is what it is. Plus, at the end of the episode, we meet Missy. Who's Missy? Every season has like mysterious character. Who's the lady with the eye patch? Who's Clara? Who's Missy? Who's Harold Saxon? Donna's back. What's Bad Wolf mean? Every season has this. But yeah, we meet Missy. Creeps you out right at the beginning. I love Missy. So yeah, I like the Victorian setting for Doctor Who, and I kind of wish they'd go back to it and catch up with the Paternoster gang. I think that'd be kind of cool. But Pameo's very clever, very beautifully shot too. I love the directing and the cinematography. I think that's that kind of carries over from Matt Smith's era with the just brilliant cinematography on such a low budget. I think they do a great job with that. So that kind of brings us into episode 2, which is Into the Dalek, which I think kind of keeps us going with the Doctor's arc of the season. So This one's good. I enjoy Into the Dalek. It's not one of my favorite Dalek episodes, but I still think it's pretty good. It's not overly complex, which I think works for the best. In like a 45-minute episode, it has a lot of adventure, kind of some spooky scenes with the Dalek, robot white blood cells thing, and then there's also some funny moments. Peter Capaldi's at his most sardonic in Series 8, I would say. Peter Capaldi's performance in this episode is great too. He always has this skepticism, like there can't be a good Dalek, and he's right and he isn't right because now the Dalek wants to kill all the other Daleks. But also, killing the Daleks, is that really the best thing? I mean, I think the seventh Doctor thinks so, considering he blew up Scarrow. But well, it's a very subtle performance in this episode, I'd say. Like this blistering fury, but kind of dialed low. But you have a little bit of hope that maybe, just maybe, you might be able to help. I like that scene where the soldier's gonna die, and he's like, "Here, put this on." And then the soldier dies anyway, and he's like, "Yeah, I couldn't save him, but he did that. I made him do that so he could save all of us." Pretty dark scene, but it's not like the Doctor is being heartless. It's that he's doing the best he can to save as many people as he can, and if that involves manipulating people, so be it, I guess. And he kind of wonders, like, is he a good man? Um, I'm pretty, I'm pretty sure he is, but he does. Like, could good people do bad things and still be good people? That's kind of this, morality tale we've thought about for years. And I like Claire's answers that, she doesn't know if he's a good man, but since he tries, I think that's good enough. This episode is co-written by Phil Ford, who wrote several episodes of the Sarah Jane Adventures, but of course, his best episode was The Waters of Mars, and I think it has similar complexities and questions about the Doctor's heroism. That one, he kind of goes full Time Lord victorious. So on a bit dialed back, but you still have those questions. We also meet Danny Pink, who is a soldier, who the Doctor kind of hates because he's a soldier, which I get it because of his experience with the Time Lord, but also I don't get it because of, like, his experience with the Brigadier or Sergeant Benton, Mike Yates, people like that. I don't know. But the contrast of Danny Pink, being this morally, for the most part, good person, even though he accidentally killed that child, but, well, with the other soldiers, the Daleks being bad people, kind of creates more ethical questions here. I love when Doctor Who does that. And I feel like a lot of times when the Daleks are used, they could be replaced with a lot of other villains, you know, but with this one, I feel like the Daleks being this being of hatred, you know, this big army of hatred kind of reflects against not only Danny Pink, but also the Doctor himself, which I think makes them a right choice to be the villain of this episode. And the Dalek saying, "You are a good Dalek." Well, like, what more do you need? That is good storytelling right there, and it does get brought up later in the series too, in Capaldi's last episode. It kind of brings this era full circle in a way. Like, the whole 2 episodes thinking, like, am I a good man or not? And to be told that is, that's devastating. It takes him a while to recover from that one. So yeah, I think this is a pretty good episode. It's not like one of the best episodes of the season. Those come later, but I still think it's a good one that, has adventure, fun, more dilemmas, everything you need from Doctor Who. A lot of people hate Danny Pink, and I was one of those campers back when the show aired and I was in middle school, but I think rewatching it now, he's a lot more complex of a character than you would think. So I kind of like watching those as an adult because I get to notice stuff like that. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of these first 2 episodes. See you guys next time. Peace.